Okay. So in today's lecture, we are going to see vectors which are linearly dependent or linearly independent. Okay. So here R2 we define already in R2 2 comma 1. So 2 defines direction, magnitude of 2 in the direction of x-axis. One can say a magnitude having 1 in the direction of y-axis. And in a matrix we define it is a row matrix 2 comma 1, or we can define it is a vector matrix 2 comma 1. Okay. Now let's see. Yeah. So linearly dependent and linearly independent. So let's write down the definition of first what is meant by linearly independent. So write down let definition v1 comma v2 dot some vp up to p. We have some vectors. v1 is vector, v2 is vector, v3 is vector, is linearly independent. So I define Li stands for linearly independent. If C1 V1 plus C2 V2 plus C3 V3 plus dot CP VP is equal to 0. If you have this equation, then this implies your C1 comma C2 comma C3 dot CP all are 0. See, now suppose you have collection of vectors, these are linearly independent. If you form this equation, this is called as linear combination. Equation 1 is called as linear combination. Linear combination. So C1, V1, C2, V2, C3, V3 dot CP, VP is equal to 0. So this will gives you all C1, C2, C3, C4 is equal to 0. Then this is linearly independent. Got it, everyone? Definition. How to
Yes,
find
sir.
that one, or what is the physical significance? I will tell you that later on while solving the example. Now, linearly dependent. So let again vector v1, v2, vp, v1, v2, v3 dot vp is linearly dependent L dot D. If not all C1, C2, C3 dot CP, not all are 0, such that its linear combination is 0. C1 V1 plus C2 V2 plus C3 V3 plus dot CP VP is equal to 0. Not all 0 means what? Not all 0 means what?
कुछ जीरो हो भी सकता है, कुछ नहीं हो सकता.
Okay, not all 0. Okay. Someone is saying 0 हो सकता है, 0 नहीं हो सकता, मतलब. Okay. Any other one? What is mean by not all 0?
सर वो सारे जीरो हो गए तो फिर तो वो इंडिपेंडेंट ही हो जाएगा.
So that's why what is mean by not all 0? What is mean by not
Some
all 0?
vectors might be 0.
What?
Some vectors might be 0.
Vector might be zero, no, I'm talking about not all CIs are zero. I'm talking about only this statement. Not all zero. It means what? At least one of them is not equal to zero. Okay, not all zero means what? There may be some element, either C1, C2, at least one element which is not equal to zero. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the meaning of that is what? Not all zero. The meaning is what? At least one of them is not equal to zero. So there may be a one constant C1, C2, CP, whatever that, which is not equal to zero. So for linearly dependent, if I assume that at least one is not equal to zero, so this implies, suppose I assume that suppose my Ci is not equal to zero. So what this implies, I can write down my Vi is equal to minus of C1 V1, above statement I am writing out. C2 V2 dot plus Ci minus 1 Vi minus 1 plus Ci plus 1 Vi plus 1 plus dot Cp Vp whole divided by the coefficient of Vi is nothing but Ci, because Ci is not equal to 0, so we can divide by Ci. So what I'm getting, I can find my vector Vi by using another linear combination. Yes or no? Yes or no? Whether this is the case for the previous one, whether this is the case from the linearly independent one. Are you getting now what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so here at least one is not equal to 0. It means at least one is not equal to 0. What it means? It means here we can divide that constant and we can easily find one vector which is nothing but the linear combination of other. So that's why it is dependent. Now see the word dependent and independent. What is mean by dependent word? Now see. Suppose I have my V1 is nothing but 2, 4 and my V2 is nothing but minus 4, minus 8. So here I can write down my V1 is equal to, tell me which number should I multiply so I will get V2?
2 minus 2.
Minus 2.
Minus 2.
2. Okay, so that minus 2 is nothing but my constant which is not equal to 0. Okay, that minus 2 is nothing but my constant which is not equal to 0. If I write down V3 which is nothing but 5, 8, so I can write down this is plus 0 into 5, 8, or 0 into, you can directly write down V3. But I have at least one which is not equal to 0. That's why I can write down this combination. So what is the meaning of that? The meaning of that what? You can find out your V1 by using V2. You can find out your V1 by using V2. It means V1 is dependent on V2.
Yes, sir.
V1 is dependent on V2 because while finding V1, I need to take the help of V2. Okay, so practically speaking, you all students or we are financially depends on our parent. Yes or no? Like that only.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is what the dependent is. What is mean by independent? Independent means what? Key, those who are not dependent on anyone, which are independent. Okay, are you getting my point?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so financially your parent is independent. They can buy anything, they can do anything, or they want whatever they want. Okay, because they are not dependent to someone. They are independent. Okay, I'm talking about financially. Are you getting my point? So here also in terms of vector, here, when all the constant become 0, when all constant are 0, then what you are getting? This is linearly independent. And if at least one constant is not equal to 0, then you are getting linearly dependent. While solving the example, you will understand how we are going to convert that vectors in terms of system and how we are going to solve the system. So let's take one example.
सर इसमें v1 इक्वल
Yes, v1 equal to
माइनस हाफ टाइम्स ऑफ v2.
okay minus half. Okay, minus half is there, correct. Good. So 1 divided by 2 minus half तो ये हो जाएगा, or you can write down v2 is equal to minus 2 into v1. Doesn't bother about that constant, okay, but we can write down
Yes.
in that way. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, good. Okay, so let's now write down the examples, or you can write down the definition. You are done with the definition, no? This is nothing but what we have a vector. A vector is a matrix with only one row or one column. That is vector of the type A1 is like this, or B1 is either it is row vector or either it is column vector. Okay, and this is nothing but what we have the definition. That is what we just might write. Those who are not done with the definition, write down this one. Here we have not all 0, and here we have all are 0. That is the difference. Not all 0 and all 0. And now we are going to solve this system. We can take any, whether we have any good system here. Okay, no, we can take our own one. Okay, we can take our own example. In the PPT, we have all the theoretical part is there. So write down one example. Check whether given vectors are dependent or independent. Write down. Yeah. Check whether okay. I don't know why it comes. Independent. Write down number 1. V1 you call that 1 1 minus 1. So 1 1 minus 1. V2 they have given minus 1 1 1 minus 1 1 1, and V3 they have given 0 1 0. Oh, sorry, 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 1. Now you need to check whether these vectors are linearly dependent or independent. Okay. Okay, tell me how we can proceed. How we can proceed. How one can proceed that? Anyone? Am I audible clearly?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So what we have, we have linear combination. So first we write down the linear combination. Linear combination. So we have C1 V1 plus C2 V2 plus C3 V3 is equal to 0. Now put the values up. Now if all C1, C2, C3 come 0, then what happens? What is the meaning of that then? If all 0?
All the vectors are independent.
Okay. And if at least one of them is non-zero, then?
Dependent.
Dependent.
Okay. So we are interested in the value of C1, C2, C3. So put the values. Here 0 is nothing but the 0 vector. Okay. So how one can write down? So C1 I write down as it is. What is V1 here? So write down 1, 1, -1 plus what is C2? Write down as it is. What is V2? -1, 1, 1. What is C3? 1,
1 0 1.
and which is nothing but 0. So we have 0 vectors. So write down 0 zeros. Okay. Now if you add this directly, can I write down this all equal to? Can I write down this equal to C1 minus C2 plus C3 is equal to 0. This is my first equation. Can I write down like that? C1 plus C2 is equal to 0. This is my second equation. Can someone tell me what is my third equation?
C1
Minus
C1
minus
minus C1
yes,
plus C2
plus C2 plus C3.
plus C3 is equal to 0. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Everyone understand
Sir,
now? Yes.
Could you please explain again how you wrote these three
Very
equations?
simple, very simple. See, how we do the addition of the coordinate system? We add the coordinates. Okay. So here
Yes, sir.
I multiply that C1 inside. This is nothing but my first coordinate. So C1 as it is. Here plus as it is. I multiply that C2 inside. So I'm getting minus C2. I write down here. I multiply this inside minus plus C3 here, which is equal to first coordinate, which is equal to 0. Similarly, I did here.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and which is equal to second coordinate. Everyone understand? Now tell me whether it is homogeneous or non-homogeneous system.
homogeneous.
How to solve the homogeneous system? Yes, your
We
voice is.
can find determinant and check if it is 0 or not.
Yes, what they are saying, only check whether it is dependent or independent. That's it. So you need to check it out. Here we have 3 by 3 vector, three equations and 3 variables. That is nothing but my matrix is 3, 3. So I can write down my matrix here. Tell me my matrix A, what it is? 1, -1, 1. Next is
-1, 1, 1.
-1, 1, 1. Find out that determinant. So determinant of A is equal to, you can find out here 1 into 1 minus 0 plus 1 into 1 minus 0 plus 1 into 1, that minus again plus 1. So you are getting here 1 plus 1 plus 2. Am I correct? Which is equal to 4, which is not equal to 0. Tell me what now? So what this implies? Rank of A is equal to 3. So rank of A is equal to 3. It means what? How many number of variables we have?
3.
1.
Number of variables 1 कैसे होगा बे?
तो 3 बोला।
3 हाँ किसी ने तो 1 बोला. So number of variable is 1.
Please.
Oh sorry 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So rank is 3 and number of variables is 3. What this implies? System has
Unique solution.
System has unique solution. What is that unique solution? In homogeneous system,
Zero
unique
solution.
solution means what?
0, 0.
So C1 is equal to 0, C2 is equal to 0, C3 is equal to 0. So what this implies? Vectors are
Independent.
Independent.
independent. Full stop. That's it. Finish. Okay. Write down now. If you're done with that, I will give you another example. Done with that?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I give you next example?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Write down the example very carefully. Check whether given vectors are linearly dependent or linearly independent. If it is linearly dependent, find its relation. Everyone understand question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so write down the vectors 2, -1, 1. So they have given u is equal to 2, -1 and 1. V is equal to -1, or V is equal to 3, -4, -2. 3, -4, -2. And W they have given 5, -10, -8. 5, -10, -8. I just check one more time. 2, -1, 1. 2, -1, 1. V is nothing but 3, -4, -2. And W is nothing but 5, -10, -8. Okay, check it out whether it is 0 or not. Whether it is dependent or independent. So how you can write down? We have linear combination. So C1U plus C2V plus C3W is equal to 0, 0, 0. Substitute values. So what you are getting, C1 value of U is nothing but 2, -1 and 1, plus C2, what is the value of V? 3, -4 and -2, plus C3 W is nothing but 5, -10 and -8, which is equal to 0, 0, 0. So you will get an equation. Write down equation here. 2C1 plus 3C2 plus 5C3, which is equal to 0, minus C1 minus 4C2 minus 10C3, which is equal to 0. And last one is nothing but C1 minus 2C2 minus 8C3, which is equal to 0. Find out its determinant first, because 3 by 3 is there. A is nothing but 2 minus 1, 1, 3 minus 4, 2, 5 minus 10 minus 8. Tell me what is determinant? What determinant comes? What is that?
Zero.
It comes 0. Oh,
Yes, sir.
now what? When determinant comes 0, then what you need to do now?
Lower
So-
rank maybe. Or
Whether
check
rank is equal to 3 now.
No.
So rank is less than 3. So what do you imply mean? What is the meaning of that? So you can write down here. So rank of A is strictly less than 3. Okay. So what is this implies? This implies what? Vectors are how vectors are linearly dependent? How I write that one?
So it should be independent. No?
Independent. It's independent, sir.
Oh, it is independent. How
Yes,
it is
sir.
independent?
So zero आया था determinant. That is zero. आया.
हाँ, so zero determinant आया तो क्या होगा?
And sir, rank be less than 3. It's not equal to 3.
हाँ, तो
पर कोफिशिएंट्स की वैल्यू पता नहीं तो बस डायरेक्ट
हाँ, यस यस, सही है। क्वेश्चन पूछते रहो, क्वेश्चन आप ही सब सवाल का जवाब दोगे। पूछो पूछो। Whether I return that
Coefficients
statement
में
vectors are linearly
C1
dependent.
C2 और C3 की वैल्यू मतलब इनफाइनाइट आएगी ना।
हाँ, तो इनफाइनाइट आएगी मतलब क्या होगा?
एटलीस्ट कोई ना कोई तो जीरो नॉन जीरो रहेगा।
Yes, that's it. That's it. Finish. You got your answer. So at least one CI is not equal to 0. So क्या हो जाएगा फिर? Vectors are linearly dependent. समझ में आया सबको? Everyone got this?
यस सर।
Yes, sir.
Okay, I repeat. Rank of A is less than equal to 3. So this implies system has infinite solution. So infinite solution मतलब C1, C2, C3 की values infinitely time 0 से non-zero भी रहेगी. At least one CI is not equal to 0. That is also case there. Yes or no? If unique solution means what? 0, 0, 0 solution. Infinite solution means what? Which is non-zero solution. So non-zero solution मतलब क्या हो गया? Vectors क्या हो गया? Linearly at least one CI is not equal to 0.
Yes,
So,
sir.
dependent.
yes, at least one C1 or C2 or C3 which is not equal to 0. That's why this implies vectors are linearly dependent. But my question is not over here. What is my question? If it is linearly dependent, here they mentioned if it is
रिलेशन बिटवीन द
so how to find the relation? For finding relation, you need to find the values of C1, C2, C3. So for that purpose,
Form.
yes, you need to
System of-
convert this in. You need to solve that system now. So write down augmented matrix. So what is your augmented matrix? So matrix A. So 2
माइनस
Three.
वन
minus 1
सर यस
minus 4 minus 10, then 1 minus 2 minus
माइनस एट
and here 0, 0, 0. Now tell me, which operation should I perform first?
So 2R1 plus R.
I interchange first ना R2 to
Interchange
R1.
हाँ,
हाँ, इंटरचेंज करके थोड़ा सा इजी आ जाएगा। वो 2R1 भी आपका सही है, नो प्रॉब्लम कि इसको R2 को 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करो फिर ऐड करो फिर सब्सट्रैक्ट करो, दैट इज आल्सो द केस, बट I like that one, so I use that one. You can use this one, no problem. Whatever your operation saying, no, that's a correct one. -1, -4, -10 and 0 as it is. Then here 2, 3, 5 and 0. Now you can use here R2 plus R1
1
and
and 3 minus 2R1.
2R1, correct. So if we apply this operation, R1 remains as it is, 1 minus 2 minus 8, 0 remains as it is. This becomes addition becomes 0. This addition becomes -6. This addition becomes minus 18 and this becomes 0. Now here, so 2 minus 2 becomes 0. 3 plus 4, am I correct?
7.
7, you can write down 7 here. Why 7 is not coming? Write down, right? Solve, try to solve this one. Yeah, now it comes, I think 7.
So 721.
Just give me a minute. Huh? It's loading something. Why my white notepad? Okay, right. You can solve further. You just try to solve further. You can just try to solve further, no problem. You have 7 here. Oh my God, still 7 is not working. Tell me, what is the rank?
Two.
Rank is 2.
Yes.
So how many free variables you have then?
1.
So find out that values of C1, C2, C3. Okay, here I am getting 7. Yes, tell me, what is next value?
21.
21, and here 0. What is next operation you did?
2 divided by minus 6.
Okay, yeah, you can divide by minus 6. Very good. So 1 divided by, or minus 1 divided by 6 into R2. So what you are getting? Here 1 minus 2 minus 8 0, then 0 1 3 0, here 0 7 21 0. What is next operation?
So we can swap R2 and R3 also.
Yeah, you can do
R3
that, no
minus
problem.
7.
No problem. You will get the same answer. So R3 minus 7 into R2. So you are getting 1 minus 2 minus 8 0. So 0 1 3 0, and you are getting 0 0 0 0. Okay, so finally what you will get, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, so you will get rank of augmented matrix is equal to rank of A, which is equal to 2, which is less than number of variables. So infinite, this implies what? Infinite solution. So for infinite solution, you have free variables. How many free variables you have?
1, sir.
The rank minus or number of variables minus rank, that is nothing but 1. Okay, and what are your equation then? Your equation is C1 minus 2C2 minus 8C3, which is equal to 0, and second equation C2 plus 3C3, which is equal to 0. Am I correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
So
No, how did you decide you have to remove C1?
what?
How did you decide that you have to remove C1?
No, how I removed C1? from that echelon form, whatever I have echelon form, I write down this matrix
Acha,
Ax is
okay,
equal to B form.
Got it.
Okay,
Sorry.
and then I write down these equations. Okay, now that equation, one variable is free, so you can put any variable v free. So I just put here C3 is equal to T. So this implies my C2 is equal to minus 3T. Am I correct? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is the value of C1 then? C1 is equal to 8C3 plus
Hmm.
2C2. So C3 is nothing but 8. So 8T plus 2 into what is C2? C2 is minus 3T. So 2T. So what I'm getting, so I just write down here. C1 is equal to 2T. C2 is equal to minus 3T. And C3 is equal to T. Okay. It means what? For T is not equal to 0. In fact, what I want, at least 1 is not equal to 0. So you can substitute T is equal to 1. This implies what I'm getting? C1 is equal to 2. C2 is equal to minus 3. And C3 is equal to 1. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So put that value. You need to find the relation, no? So how one can find the relation? How one can find the relation now? How one can find the relation? How one can find the relation? Yes, tell me.
Putting the
1
values
plus
of
C2
C1,
plus
C2,
C3
C3 in first equation.
Yes, what you have? You have C1. Yes, good. That is what I wanted to do. Put these values in the. Put these values in the linear
First
combination
equation.
one. Yes. So you can
C1
substitute.
U plus C2.
Correct. So what you are getting? Tell me relation. So which relation you are getting? Write down the relation there. Write down that relation and tell me that relation. What it comes. Okay.
W is equals to 3V minus 2.
Okay. All the people got the same relation. If all one got the same one, then that's done.
So
Yes.
after finding C1, C2, C3, what did we do?
Okay. Just substitute that value in the first equation. Okay, I will tell you what is our first equation and everything. Okay, I just share my screen once again. Okay, now it's visible. So what we
Yes.
have, what is our first equation? Our first equation is C1 plus U plus C2 plus V plus C3. C1 plus U plus
Okay, sir.
C2 plus V. Got it, no? C3 plus W, which is equal to 0. Now substitute these values. So what you are getting? C1 is equal to 2U plus C2 is equal to what is
Minus
C2?
3V.
Minus 3V plus
Plus
C3 is
W.
equal to plus W,
1.
which
That's
is
what-
equal to 0. So what you are getting, your W, you can write down. W is equal to 3V minus 2U, something like that. Yes or no? You can find many more relations. Huh? You can find U is equal to, you can find W is equal to, V is equal to. But this is what the relation is.
So,
Yes?
sir, आपने ऊपर में T को 1 क्यों दिया?
Tico, what I want, at least one CI is not equal to 0, no? Because he said infinitely many solution. You can take T is equal to 2. क्या हो जाएगा यहाँ पे? सिर्फ 2 से मल्टीप्लाई होगा. इस इक्वेशन को सिर्फ 2 से मल्टीप्लाई होगा. T is
Okay.
equal to -1. You can take anyone, any non-zero. Why non-zero? Because we are interested in non-zero solution. No, because it has infinitely many solutions. Zero solution is also there. But what I want, we need to show whether it is dependent or independent. And we already ऊपर ही हमने check किया, अगर unique solution आ जाता है, if we have a unique solution, then it is independent. Otherwise, it is dependent. So T is equal to any non-zero quantity you can take. -100 minus your mobile number, you can take it. T is equal to your 9754. What is your mobile number? And multiply. What you will get? You will get some constant multiply to this equation. That's it.
सर इनमें कभी नो सॉल्यूशन वाला केस नहीं आएगा ना?
100% नहीं आएगा. बताओ क्यों नहीं आएगा? गुड क्वेश्चन. बताओ क्यों नहीं आएगा? एनीवन?
Homogeneous है।
क्या 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 क्या?
Homogeneous बन रही है।
Yes, it is homogeneous system, and homogeneous system is always consistent.
Yes sir. Yes.
Okay, got it?
Yes sir.
Okay. So can I give one more example? If you're done with that, I will give one more example. Everyone understand that? Dependent, independent, and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. So write down one more example. I want something interesting. Yeah. Write down here. Just try to solve here. Check for linearly dependent or linearly independent. If linearly dependent, find relation. That is what the question is. So your x they have given 1, 2, 3, the first vector. Y they have given 3, 2, 1. And Z they have given 0, 4, 8. Tell me whether dependent, independent. Just try to solve and tell me. And I request everyone, please put your name and roll number in the chat box. And I'm going to give
Sir,
you one
dependent.
dependent. Okay, find relation. Determinant comes 0, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Find its relation now. I will give you one interesting example for homework. So they have given your x1 is equal to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Your x2 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. X3 is equal to 1, 2, 1, 2. And x4 is equal to 3, 5, 6, 7. This is the first one. Second one. 1, 2, 3. You can call x1. x2 is nothing but 2, 4, 6. And x3 nothing but 4, 5, 6. What can you say about the second one, whether it is dependent, independent, without solving? Yes, guys. Without solving, do you have any comment on the second equation, second homework example?
Dependent.
Dependent, sir.
How it is dependent?
x2 is equals to
All
2
are
times of
multiples.
x1 plus
Yes,
0
that's
times.
it. That's it. Here you can see two vectors. The x1 is dependent on x2. You can easily find out x1 and x2 by doing some easy calculations. Okay. So you can think in that way also. Okay. So how many students are present? Division 16. Lecture is there. And today's date is now 8. 8, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 53. Okay.